How are you? So there's not a lot going on the outside of this house, but a ton going on inside, and particularly upstairs. Fellas, so this is the second floor. You can see that we're going to be saving this balustrade system right here, but other than that, a lot goes away. This was originally the master bedroom, and it's going to remain a master bedroom with a closet and a bathroom back over here. The house was built in the 1890s or so. There'll be a second bedroom right here with closet and bathroom against that wall, and then a partition wall, probably right about here, for a third bedroom back in this space. Original fireplace, that's going to be staying, that's pretty sweet. And the closet and bathroom for this bedroom, well, they're going to go in this space right here. And then on the back side of this will be another bathroom that will service the entire back corner of the second floor. So a lot of work down here, and a lot of work on the third floor too, which used to be 2 bedrooms and a bathroom, and the homeowners have asked us to turn it into essentially bonus space, maybe a playroom for the kids. Hey, Tommy, Charlie, how are you guys?
Good, how are you doing?
All right, so the plan was always to take the walls to gut this space, and at the last minute the homeowner said, oh man, could you guys pop the ceiling up, right?
Yeah, well, once you saw the open space, you could actually see how big and how high the ceiling is there, the roof.
So what's involved with that?
Well, it's quite a bit involved, actually. We've got to see, if you look up here, these are boards that run from the side of the rafter on each side, and they're called collar ties.
Right.
All right, now if you look at this one right here, and the boards that run up to the side of the rafters, and there's one of these on every other rafter all the way in. Because of these boards are here, and the size of these are a little bit different, that turns the collar tie, this, into a truss built on site.
Gotcha, okay.
So if we take those trusses or those ties out, this will come out like that, but the roof will want to come down like that.
Well, they are coming out, so what are we going to do?
Yeah, so we have to support the ridge with the structural beam, and then we have to support posts down to hold the ridge up.
Gotcha, okay. So Charlie, there's already going to be a lot of work done up here. This is a little bit of a change order. How big of a deal is that?
Wasn't that bad, since we already had it gutted. It's probably 4 days, 2 guys, and under $1,000 in material.
Okay. And they've already gotten started. You got some temporary bracing, I presume?
Yeah, so each rafter had to be supported with a temporary wall system under it.
Yeah.
And then we took some 2x4s and joined the two, and that'll be our work platform to do the work.
Very nice.
So we can safely get up there and do it.
This is going to be fun.
It's going to be
Let's
fun.
get to it. Where do we start?
Now, I want to start right up at the ridge and start and cut. All right, now let me show you what we have here. First of all, the ridge beam right here is a 2x10, okay? It's rough sawn. We're going to remove this 2x10 and we're going to replace it with 3 pieces of LVL,
Okay.
engineered lumber, 18 inches high.
So we're going to make some room for all that,
So
right?
we have to make some room. So that means we have to cut the ends of the rafters off to create a pocket to slide it in. Okay, so what I did is I cut a slot right in here where the ridge meets the rafter, cut the nails, and the idea of it is if I can get the blade through there, which I did, there's no strain or stress on the ridge.
So we're good to go.
We're good to go. So that ridge is really up there, and all the boards, roof boards, are coming down on it, so it's nailed into there like a wedge. So what I'm going to try to do is pull it down with this lag bolt, and hopefully you'll be able to get the bar up top and pull it down with that. Can you get the bar in there? There you go.
Nice.
All right, so now let's slide it outside. We can get it past this brace, and then bring it down and bring it back in. All of our rafters are cut. We've got a brace right across there to set it on that end, and another one down there. So we're gonna bring it in standing up.
All right, you got it.
All right, easy, 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 easy up. There you go. Nice, nice. All right, gonna get another one?
All right, well, that really gives you a sense of just how big this beam is going to be.
Right. And I'd rather have the beam oversized than just right. All right, now this is going to be a tricky one because we got to get it into that little space. That's it. Keep coming. Beautiful. All right, the LVLs are in. It's even on the bottom, and now we'll just screw the 3 of them together before we push it up.
No more?
Nope, you're tight.
All right, give me your tape and you get a length in the post. All set?
Yeah. All right, so I got 153.
153.
All right, we've got our post up on the other end in the center of the building, but now we need to jack up the gable end, see if we can take some of that crown or pitch out of the roof. So I made up a header, a double 2x6, to follow the pitch of the roof in the back. And we're gonna slide that in under the beam. You're gonna place the jack down the bottom, and we're gonna jack it up.
Looks good.
All right, tighten up the jack. Now you're gonna go in nice and easy. I want to bring the top of this beam so it hits the underside of the roof sheathing.
How am I on the left there, Tommy? She's starting to kilt a little bit.
That's all right, it'll straighten itself out. All right, the beam is up, it's posted on both ends. Now what we need to do is put all these angle brackets right here to tie the rafters into the ridge. Once that's in place, we can remove all of our bracing and we'll have a cathedral ceiling.
Great. I got it. All right, it's down. Holy mackerel, what a difference.
Yeah, it's amazing how one beam can change the look of an entire space.
We went from 8 feet to 13.
That is incredible. Nice job, guys. This used to be our kitchen with a center island right here and the appliances around the perimeter. You may recall there was a spiral staircase right here. But now the space is going to become the family room. Now getting the heat in here, well, it's easy. It's going to be radiant through the floor. And then we're going to have the air conditioning and the ductwork is going to go underneath this existing floor, up and over the ledge that this house was built on. You'll notice that there's been an opening cut right through here. That goes to a new mudroom as well as a 2-car garage. And the mudroom is going to be conditioned space with a little bathroom. Getting the heat over there, well, that's pretty easy. But the air conditioning, that's a tougher problem. And so the thought is that we would take the ductwork and we would bust through the existing stone foundation. And that's a job for Mark McCullough. Hey, Mark.
Hey, Kevin.
So what are we looking at here?
So we are looking at some beautiful Cape Ann granite.
Cape Ann granite. All just sort of random blocks laid up here, mortared now. Was it mortared originally?
So randomly laid, probably mortared after the fact. You can see below grade you don't get as much mortar.
Yep.
And that's where I'm going to start my attack.
Okay, and so what is your attack? You got to bust through this. How are you going to handle that?
So what I'm going to try to do, because it is a foundation, I don't want to go crazy with an electric jackhammer or anything like that. So I'm actually going to use my hand tools. I'm going to try to break the mortar. I'm going to take out as much mortar as I can, try to loosen the stones. And then just one by one, I'm either going to use a crowbar, I'm going to use a pick, I'm going to use my sledgehammer, whatever I have to use to kind of get one out at a time.
And then once they're out, I mean, this is old. You're going to have to shore this up, rebuild it. What are you going to do?
So as I said, I'm going to go one at a time, so I'll decide as I'm going if I need to shore it. I don't think so because our hole isn't going to be that big. I think Charlie needs about a foot this way to make his hole. So.
All right, well, let's see you work your magic.
All right, let's go. All right, so I'm finding just what I wanted to, which is soft mortar. So once I get as much out as I can, I'm going to end up finding this rock is going to be loose, and that's where I'm going to start to take it all out.
Something's moving. There's half of it.
All right. So Kevin, get rid of this. All right, I think this rock is holding this guy down, so if you can get that out. Yep. All right. So we want to undermine this big stone. This guy's got to come for us. Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the key right there. Now, everything else we're going to want to drop down, and then by the time we get to the top, it should fall for us.
Nope. There. Nice one. What are we doing? All right. Okay.
All right. I'm going this way. Okay. I got it.
Through?
Yeah.
Lock this guy.
Oh.
Nice.
Go in.
Oh, that's it. Got your feet. Let me.
That was your leverage. All right.
What do you think of that size hole?
All right, so big enough, I'm sure, for Charlie, but he'll have to come back and make sure he doesn't want to shore it. He does want to shore it up. But other than that, we're good.
Okay, love it.
All right.
Nice job. Thank you.
You too, Kevin.
This is our Idea House here in New Canaan, Connecticut. And it's a place for us to try out new technologies and products. And today we're working on a way to bring natural light into otherwise dark spaces within the house. Hey, Gordon.
Hey, Kevin, good to see you.
Same. Oh man, you got a busy job site out there.
Yeah, we've come a long way since the last time I saw you.
A lot of progress, including right here. We're in the master suite.
We're in the master suite right here. Okay. And we have a problem here. We have 2 closets, one darker than the other, and we want to introduce more natural light.
All right, so obviously we could blast some lights in there, but if you want natural light, interior spaces are always tough.
Correct.
Although a window in this closet is nice and rare. You don't always have that.
Correct, but we still wanted to introduce more natural light.
So what are you thinking?
Well, the old way we would have put a skylight in, but now that we have such high ceilings with an attic,
Yeah.
and then the high pitch roof, we're going to introduce something which is called a sun tunnel, which we love to use. It's a little cleaner look. It's spacious. It just fits better in a room this tight with the sizing.
If you had done a skylight in, say, this room and in that closet right there, I mean, given the fact that we've got an attic above us, how are you handling that?
Well, we wouldn't have been able to put a skylight in this room, but in this one we could, but we would have had to frame a chase, and that would have been off balance in the room, and how do you finish one side to the other with this chase? So,
all right, so sun tunnel it is?
Sun tunnel it is.
Walk
Here it
me
is.
through what a sun tunnel is.
Well, the sun tunnel is on the outside of the roof. We have a housing that is put onto the roof, and then it's all sealed in, and then the roofing goes over it. What you do is you attach these.
Okay, that is shiny. Wow, look at that, huh? That is crazy. So that is going to be all the reflective.
Correct. So that's it.
So that's creating our tunnel right there.
That's the tunnel.
What do we do with this?
Well, let me show you upstairs. And here we are. We're coming into a mechanical room on the 3rd floor.
Yep, a lot of stuff going on in here.
Yeah, very tight in here.
Okay. Oh, 2 of them.
Two of them.
Expected, right?
Yeah, this is one sun tunnel for the darker closet downstairs, and this is for the tunnel that we're using in the room we're working in now.
You can already see the light streaming in, coming right between the rafter bay right there.
Yeah, so what we chose is a 14-inch skylight that is designed to go in between 16 on center framing, which is a normal framing practice.
Chose it so they've got other sizes, bigger, smaller.
Correct.
Okay. And so there's the roof angle, 45 degrees coming or so, and then we've got to come down to the flat ceiling of the closet. We've got to make that turn.
Correct.
And you can see the bend that he's built into this, like ductwork.
Exactly. So what we have here is we have a piece that we can, we can adjust the angles.
As you spin this.
As we spin it around, yep.
Got it.
And then we put a piece of straight, and then we take that angle and we put it right down, a second angle down into the ceiling.
And so do we have to worry about the number of angles or the length of the run? What do they say?
Now what's good here is we have a short run. They say anywhere from 20 to 25 feet is max,
Okay.
With a couple angles. Anything other than that, you start to lose light.
Gotcha. So shorter run, straighter run, more light.
Absolutely.
So this is going to be perfect.
This is what we're looking for.
All right, well, let's make that connection. Let's get this light into the closet.
So let's go see the finished product.
Okay.
So here we are. I think before we're going to install the final lens, we're going to put in what is a solar nightlight.
Solar nightlight, huh? Oh, look at that. LED diodes. Rechargeable batteries, and I guess that's the solar panel?
That's the solar panel.
And where does that go?
Well, that will hang inside our tubing.
All right. So that's just sort of what, charging all day long when the sun is out?
When the sun is out, that it's getting as much energy to those batteries, and it will nice ambient light until the battery's done.
So as soon as the sun goes down, those LEDs come on?
Kick on.
Oh, that's very clever. And so let's take a look at the lens.
And here's the lens.
Almost like a little diffuser.
Yep.
No problem. And that clips right in.
There you go, Oleg.
Look at all that light right there.
Oh, yeah.
Not just any light though, too, right? Real sunlight.
Real sunlight.
Love it. You see the light pouring down on Ollie's face. Gordon, always a pleasure working with you.
It's a pleasure. Good
Thanks for
seeing you
showing us.
again. Take care.
Most of the demolition is complete and rough framing is starting. It allows us sort of to define the rooms. There was a big chimney right here that went away, connecting this kitchen space to the old living room in the front, which will also be connected to this side of the house, which is the new dining room. It runs the length of the house, Richard, ends up with where you are with a little bit of a breakfast nook, and this is the time for you to get involved because everything is wide open.
Everything's wide open. It's now time to think about the heating and the cooling. So a decision was made this weekend. The homeowners have decided they want to have radiant on every floor in the entire building.
Wow.
They must have lived with it before. They know.
Once you have it, you can't go back.
So with radiant, we're going to put a system like this on most of the floors that has the plywood, aluminum on the back. The tubing goes in, and it'll just go back and forth this way. And this allows us to zone this building infinitely. We could have a little warm fire over here and another one here. And so every single floor can have multiple zones that we can really fine tune.
Nice.
All right. From a cooling standpoint, we have, hey guys. So on the cooling standpoint, we're going to have a separate ducted cooling system. So the first floor is, again, it's wide open down below, so we can go conventional duct work. We don't have to go with our regular small duct that we often have to use.
This goes into the basement and comes up through the
That's
first
right,
floor?
through the first floor. We'll have an air handler, something like this, and I think we'll break this first floor up into 2 zones. So we'll come up with cool air into the ductwork, and then there'll be a motorized damper on both sides so the air can go to one half of the building or to the other. So that's pretty straightforward on the first floor. But as you go up in this building, it's a big building and there's a lot of different levels. Let me show you. All right, so up here on the second floor, on this side of the house is the kids' bedrooms right here. One here, one here. And that is generally a separate zone, typically. And this is the master suite right here. So, I mean, you could do it with a single air handler with zone dampers, but sadly, only about 4% of American homes have zone dampers. Conventional is to have a separate air handler with a condenser, another air handler with a condenser. So,
Had we done it that way, we'd be up to 3 air handlers,
right.
3 condensers
Right.
at this point.
But there's one more room on this second floor, this study, which is in this weird place where it wouldn't even invite ductwork to go to it. So that's now another potential zone.
Potentially 4.
And we still got the third floor. All right, so up here on the third floor is another bedroom here, and then this they call the bonus room. And this really feels like it should be 2 zones as well, you know, at the top of the building. Yep. And as we go higher in the building, there's less and less space for ductwork. You know, we got some space up there we could do it. So it suggests that we might look at some of these ductless or low amount of ducted air handlers. So this is a pancake air handler. Now this could sit, we could take 2 of these and put them right up here, one for this room, one for that room. We could take another 2, put them down in the closets of the master bed and the kids' bedroom, right? And so hardly any ductwork, and you'd have micro zones inside the building. We also can think about this. You know that office that's in the back corner? This is a picture frame unit, and that could sit on the wall, provide all the cooling we needed. You can change the picture to put anything you want in it.
Love it.
And there was one other exercise area I don't think you've even seen, we haven't shown yet, is down this way. And this could be perfect to go right on the wall to provide cooling and cool air for the exercise room.
So we've got a lot of different options inside of how we can solve this problem.
Correct. So historically, anytime you had an indoor air handler, it always was connected to a dedicated condenser outside. So it was a 1-to-1. It was called unitary. So 1 indoor, 1 outdoor. So that meant if we attacked this building on all these levels, it would be what? Maybe 4, 5, or even 6 condensers outside. There's a better way. So conventional condensers also have a limitation of about 50 feet from the inside unit, so it's why they always get nestled right near the building. So imagine this, 5 or 6 condensers right there making that noise near the building.
Not ideal.
So I want you to meet an inverter heat pump condenser out here. So here's this one unit that'll precisely change the refrigerant flow to the building. But what happens is, in this case, we take 2 lines right here with refrigerant and we run into this box. Now this box will be inside the building. If you look inside here,
Oh, wow.
and we can have more than one box. We have 2 off this unit. So you can see right here, a pair of refrigerant lines to each of the zones. This is up to 4 zones off this box.
So 2 of them means we could have 8 zones coming off of this single unit right here.
Yeah, that's right.
And so does this have to sit near 50 feet towards the house?
This could be up to 150 feet. So it changes everything because it's also quiet. You can put it anywhere you want and make it go away.
And 8 zones is terrific.
Right, so think about it. Good zoning in the old days for cooling would have been, hey, we would have been happy with 1 on each floor.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Right, but now we can micro-zone a building, and that's really the important concept, to sort of have individual smaller zones within a building. So now on the top floor, we could have 1 on the sunny side, another one on the non-sunny side. Okay, middle floor, we might end up with 3. We might have 3 on